How are y'all doing? I hope everyone's doing great. Hey, my dear friends, how are y'all doing? I hope everyone's doing great. Today I'm bringing you the first episode of the series The Secrets of Mapogo, where we'll talk about many things regarding this epic alliance. We'll present confirmed information about the conspiracies that unfolded with the fiercest, most brutal and dangerous 6 lions that appeared on this planet. One of the most intriguing secrets and questions at the same time is why did the leader of the mighty Mapogo, Makulu, and his brother, Pretty Boy, leave their brother, the devilish Mr. T? They left him to be tortured and killed by the 4 Salati lions. And I wonder, are there any new conspiracies that have been uncovered? Or were the Mapogo lions cowards in their final days? So without further ado and without any more suspense, let's dive into the details and explore the first secrets of Mapogo. All right, my dear friends, we're now heading to South Africa, specifically to the western sector of Sabi Sand Game Reserve, the African Lion Hell. And we're going back in time to March 2012, just a few days before the downfall of the legendary Mapogo Alliance of the 6. For 2 whole years, from 2010 to 2012, the surviving Mapogo lions, Makulu, Pretty Boy, and Mr. T, managed to defend their western territory against the Majingilan Coalition and the Matimba Coalition. But none of these 3 lions knew that their demise would come from the south, with the invasion of the inexperienced Salati lions onto their land. In other words, they were able to withstand and repel attacks from alliances much stronger than theirs, only to lose their mighty kingdom to the younger newcomers. So what caused this? Was it the arrogance and pride of the Mapogo, who had ruled the reserve for so long? Were they reckless and underestimated young competitors like Salati? Were they physically unprepared at that time to engage in battle with 4 lions smaller than themselves? Or was there a conspiracy and dirty human intervention that led to the downfall and end of the Mapogo? We won't answer these questions, but we'll share the information that has reached us, and I'll leave it to you to come up with your own answers. Let me see your opinions in the comments, my dear friend. Did you know that I love Mapogo more than anyone else in the world, but despite that, I use my mind and think critically. Now I'm going to ask you while you watch this episode to use your head, think, and judge carefully about the many events I'm about to tell you. The day King Kinky Tail, the lion closest to my heart, died was a very strange day. I mean, Kinky Tail and Mr. T were incredibly smart and strong. They were able to fend off all the alliances, and on that day, they isolated and killed the 5th lion from the Majingalane coalition with extreme brutality. The battle started at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And for those who don't know, that's the time when lions sleep and escape the heat of the sun. So it was a really bad time for a fight. Suddenly in the documentary film, King Kinky Tail appears all by himself, getting torn apart by the 4 Majingalani lions. And his brother, who never left his side throughout their lives, was 20 minutes away from him. This is confirmed by one of the reserve guards, and the timing is precise. Anyway, after King Kinky Tail's spine was broken, it was clear that he wouldn't get up again, and then Mr. T suddenly appears. He tried to fight 2 of them as well, but this wasn't Mr. T's famous fighting style. It was as if this scene was specifically designed to embarrass the Mapogo lions and make them look weak. But what actually happened was the complete opposite. Kinky Tail appeared in the bravest scene ever filmed in lion battles. And his brother, Mr. T, will experience the same suspicious scenario, as if it's the same director and the same writer, repeating the same scene but with different heroes. The coincidence that occurred afterward, and many people know this very well, is that Rasta the lion himself heard the sounds of his siblings and the sounds of the battle and smelled their scent. He was on his way to them and was spotted near the Elephant Plains area heading towards them. But suddenly, without any magic or trickery, Rasta disappears forever, and no one knows anything or any details about him. An amazing, strange, and creepy coincidence happened after that, which is the disappearance of Dreadlocks immediately after Rasta. Let's call all of this a coincidence. In other words, within a few days, 6 lions, one of them gets killed. With Rasta and Dreadlocks present, No one could defeat the 6 lions. One of them gets killed and 2 others disappear. And this is a significant loss that no alliance can bear. With Rasta and Dreed Locks present, no one could defeat the Mapogo lions except death, of course, and that's what happened to them. Let's say this is also a coincidence. Oh, before I forget, when I say coincidence, I say it sarcastically in this video. So far, everything that has happened to the Mapogo lions could be a coincidence or something normal. But what will happen afterward is something extraordinary, and it's the first time it will be talked about on YouTube. The 4 young male Salati coalition lions aspired to rule over an alliance older than them in age. Here we're talking about the last 3 lions from the Mapogo. And indeed they managed to capture King Pretty Boy, and once again they were able to capture and kill Mr. T. The time they captured King Pretty Boy, suddenly, Makulu and Mr. T managed to reach him and save him. If they didn't do that, Pretty Boy would have been killed in the same way Kinky Tail and Mr. T died. Now I want to ask you why, when Mr. T was in the hands of the Salati lions, Makulu and Pretty Boy didn't go to him and try to save him like Makulu and Mr. T did, saving Pretty Boy from sudden death. Did they not hear the roar of Mr. T, which can be heard up to 8 kilometers away, or even smell his scent or hear the sounds of the battle with the Salati lions? Another question. Can you imagine that a lion as big and powerful as Makulu would abandon his brother and his cubs and not defend them against the Salati lions? Keep in mind, my friends, that when Makulu grew up and became old, he was able to kill a lion from the Kruger lions who were stronger than the 4 Salati lions. Take this surprise and shock at the same time, my friend, and don't tell anyone about it. Did you know that Mr. T wasn't present in that area at that time? He was far away from the battle site, chasing a herd of buffalo and hunting and eating from them for 3 days. And suddenly, we wake up to a film scene, the same suspicious scenario that was filmed with his brother Kinky Tail and documented. Could Mr. T fly and travel like an eagle, for example, and land once among the Salati lions? Or did someone transport him and his 2 brothers and separate them from him? To sum it up and give you the meaning of the talk, we contacted a guard from the reserve, but he refused to mention his name. He said that at that time all the guards, reserve management, and all the workers there hated the Mapogo lions very, very, very much. This is because the Mapogo lions were a real threat to safari trips in Sabi Sand, and they would close the money taps for them. Because at that time there were no dominant lions in the area except the 6 Mapogo lions, and they eliminated most of the lions present. All of this started in December 2007 when they killed the most famous lion in the reserve at the time, which was the Blondie lion, the brother of the lion Dozy. And I will reveal this secret to you also in the next episode, with shocking and terrifying secrets. And with that, we reach the end of today's video, my friends.